Okay, here we go. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Garrett Smith of the Nutrition Detective of nutritiondetective.work, the home of the original and best vitamin A detox program on the internet, and nutritionrestored.com, where I work with people on an individual basis with hair and blood testing and clinical nutrition treatment. What I wanted to go over today, I wanted to try to make this a little shorter than my normal videos, but I wanted to go over a testimonial that somebody sent me about their friends, about tragic stuff that happened to their friends that was likely caused by vitamin A toxicity. So I'll read the testimonial straight through once, and then I'll go through it piece by piece. So here we go. In September 2019, I lost my best friend due to cancer at age 61. At the time of his graduation, there was talk about farm herbicides and pesticides contributing to this farmer's demise. But then a year later, his wife passed away from cancer as well. Both cancers were liver related. And the report I received from the wife's son-in-law was that she was as yellow as a banana when they took her to the hospital. The wife prided herself on a healthy lifestyle and would go out of her way to buy foods at Natural Grocers, growing her own vegetable garden, etc. But one thing that stands out from myself learning Dr. Garrett Smith's Vitamin A Detox in February 2020 is my friend and his wife were very devoted followers of the Weston A Foundation diet, which recommended eating liver. Whenever the farmer's wife could not make it to the farmer's market to pick up the ice chest full of grass-fed beef and lamb liver, I would pick it up for her until they could come to town. I was aware that they ate liver at least once a week, plus following the other protocols of the Weston A. Price Foundation. She went to a Weston A. Price conference and was in contact with Sally Fallon, wanting to start a local chapter. When I attempted to share information from nutritionrestored.com regarding vitamin A toxicity, she thought I was a tinfoil nutcase and dismissed it without further thought. It was around this time that another friend of mine told me about Dr. Smith and vitamin A toxicity. Synchronicity operates in my life in spades, and it was divine intervention when Dr. Smith's information came because I had several packages of liver gifted to me by my friend's wife, and I was never drawn to eat it. After watching a few YouTube videos of Dr. Garrett Smith, and realizing he was describing exactly how my body felt, I decided to take action and ordered the hair analysis and blood workup. I began feeling much better within weeks of implementing Dr. Smith's suggestions, and I know that this is a multi-year process. I can confidently say that tuning in to the higher vibrations that Dr. Smith is operating on saved my life from going down the same dietary path that my beloved friends erred on. We are what we eat, breathe, and live. Blessings to all that take the high road to health. That's the end of it. So, this gentleman noticed that after he started hearing about vitamin A, that two of his friends had died of liver cancer. He caught this later, and then he asked me if he could send me this. And I said, absolutely, please do. Because many, many people, not just this group, but other groups, the Weston A. Price group, like to claim that somehow the chemical compounds of the vitamin A family that are found in animal products are not toxic. And that only the supplement forms are toxic. And that somehow if you have the perfect ratio of vitamin D to vitamin A, that the vitamin A won't hurt you, and it's all nonsense. None of it is true. Cod liver oil doesn't have the perfect ratio of vitamin A to vitamin D to protect you. Because if you go and you look at different brands of cod liver oil, you'll find different ratios of vitamin A to vitamin D based on what that cod ate. You may want to see the entire video on my channel of all the known studies on cod liver oil being poisonous to people and animals since about the 1920s, I believe, was when the research started. Then you may also on this channel want to watch the video about all the known studies of how eating liver has poisoned people in as little as one sitting. They ate it one time and they were poisoned. So the people in these groups will often say things like, well, vitamin A is not a poison if it's in liver or if it's in natural foods. And they say, but so what about polar bear liver? If they eat polar bear liver, which is super high in vitamin A, all from food sources, obviously those polar bears are not taking vitamin A supplements, and people eat too much of it and then they get poisoned. So I want to make sure, is natural vitamin A poisonous or is it not? And they'll say, but that was way too much. And then you go, okay, what is too much? You just admitted it's poisonous. What is too much? One of my favorite sayings is, how much poison does it take? And the answer is just enough for that person. More poison over more time can get everybody. Okay? So, he lost his friend to liver cancer, I believe, is what he was saying. And then his wife passed away from cancer as well. She was as yellow as a banana when they took her to the hospital. Let me remind you of a little article in the New York Times from 1974. It was a quote-unquote scientist who decided that he was going to be super smart and probably get immortal immunity from doing tons of vitamin A. He drank a gallon of carrot juice a day, and he took about 100,000 units of vitamin A day. Guess how long he lasted? Gallon of carrot juice. I mean, he was eating too, but he did a gallon of carrot juice a day and he took about 100,000 units of retinol palmitate, a vitamin A supplement a day. Guess how long he lasted? 10 days. Dead as a doornail. They found him, actually in the New York Times article, they said his body was bright yellow when they found him. Hey, this lady ate lots of vitamin A and she was bright yellow when she died too, but it was all food-based. Oh, it must not be toxic. There is no research out there that says that natural sources of vitamin A are any different chemically or any different functionally than the synthetic forms of vitamin A. No difference whatsoever. Your farmers keep your grain-fed cattle. They feed them the same synthetic vitamin A they give people, which they think they need it. I don't think they do. Anyway, the wife prided herself on a healthy lifestyle. How many people out there do you know who try to be healthy as they can, and they're sick as dogs and they're getting sicker? And you keep watching them going, how's that healthy lifestyle working out for you? Why do you keep getting sicker? You keep eating more and more superfoods and more rainbow colors and more plant-based, and you're getting sicker and sicker. She grew her own vegetable garden. Okay, what else does the Weston Price Foundation? And I'm not saying anything. I actually spoke at one of their conferences before I knew about all this stuff. I spoke on nightshades. What does this group advocate? Lots of animal foods, lots of animal fats. Some of the big things, eggs. Why are egg yolks yellow? Vitamin A. What do they advise the best type of yolks to have generally? The darker the yellow and the darker the orange, the yolk, well, the better it is for you. What does that mean? The yolk has more of it in it? More vitamin A. They advocate tons of dairy consumption. Dairy is super full of vitamin A. Butter, yes. Eating liver, yes. Taking cod liver oil, which they consider a food supplement. It's still a natural source of vitamin A, right? These are things that they do. These should not be of debate. This is what they recommend. And she grows her own vegetable garden. I'm sure she was trying to eat lots of sweet potatoes and carrots because the Weston A. Price Foundation in general loves vitamin A. So she had been taught that vitamin A from food is not harmful. And she was not, this woman, I'm sure he would have told me if she was supplementing vitamin A, because that's not something Weston and Price people do. They go, I get plenty of it from food. And if you calculate up their vitamin A intake, they are getting way more than they should. In the research, it says you only need a moderate amount of vitamin A over a couple years, and you can get toxic. A moderate amount. Do you think somebody who's trying to eat tons of dairy, tons of eggs, eat liver, maybe she's even doing the fish eggs, which are super high in vitamin A. She's doing maybe carrots and dark leafy greens and sweet potatoes and probably pork too. Pork's full of vitamin A. Lard factor, look it up. Lard factor is vitamin A. So they were doing lots of this and they both just happened to die of cancer, liver related. Where did your body store vitamin A? In the liver. Gosh, where does it seem like vitamin A might do its most damage? In the liver. Why is there a saying called happy liver, happy life? Because if you keep your liver going good, you're going to do good. What happens when your liver goes down? You go down. So anyway, this gentleman saw what was coming at him, saw what the universe was sending him, saw what God was trying to tell him to do. He decided to do it. He starts feeling better. In a way, he benefited from his friends passing away and knowing what their diet was so that he could avoid the same fate. What am I doing with people? I am getting them to stop putting in the poisons. Many of these poisons are things that people think are good for them. And then we put back in the things that their body is missing, specifically minerals. Minerals are the basis of everything because minerals, if you look at a periodic table, vitamins are built from the minerals on the periodic table, from the elements on the periodic table. So the elements on the periodic table, the minerals, are kind of the basis of everything. Okay, so we fix those. We test, we don't guess, and then we address the problems. We start giving the body what it needs, help it get rid of what it doesn't want, and then we let the body do the healing that it was designed to do, wonderfully designed to do itself. So anyway, thought I'd share that with you. If you have friends, family members, loved ones who are doing their best to be healthy, whether they're being, whichever dietary approach they're deciding to do, and they are not getting better, or maybe they got better at the start and they kept doing the same thing and then they started getting worse and they simply can't figure out how they're doing everything so right, and yet their health keeps getting worse and they keep getting new problems and new symptoms, and then you'll hear them say that I'm probably just detoxing. And you go, detox doesn't make you get worse over time. You don't add symptom after symptom after symptom after symptom over time if you're detoxing. If you are actually getting rid of stuff, you might feel a little worse for a bit, and then it goes away, and then you feel better. And then you might get a little worse on some other aspect, and that comes and that goes, and then you feel even better. So it needs to look like a line like this where you're actually going, your health is going on an upward trajectory so that detoxes come and go and you feel better. Anybody who tells you after a year or even 2 of doing their stuff and you're feeling worse than when you first saw them, that you are simply detoxing, is lying to you. Whether they're doing it on purpose or just because they've deluded themselves into thinking that that's the way health goes. It doesn't go that way. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed it. Just wanted to do a short video. I will see you all next week for new stuff, whether it is live or whether it is a little PowerPoint thing that I'm going to redo. I'm planning on redoing the natural and synthetic vitamin A is all the same toxicity video and showing you that over and over in the research, whether it's old research or whether it's new research, they say that it didn't matter where the vitamin A came from. It all caused the same problem, especially for you ladies who are concerned about it. It all caused the same osteoporosis. So have a great day. Bye now.